Alright, what's going on, guys? First, I'm still sick. That's why I sound like this. Hopefully, we're not sick soon, but we'll see, I guess. Second, and way more importantly, today we're going to be talking about the last installment in the Telegraph series. And what we're going to talk about today is telegraphed auto attacks. Now, just like mechanics will have telegraphs for them, some super obvious, some not as obvious, auto attacks also have telegraphs to them, especially at bosses like Raksha, where he can use all three styles. So if you're paying attention to his telegraphs, you'll actually be able to switch your overhead prayers in order to dramatically reduce how much damage you're taking. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 kills. One, we're just going to do a phase 1 where we're not using any overheads besides soul split. All we're going to do is look at what attack corresponds to which style and then memorize that. The second kill, we're only going to be switching our overhead to match whatever style Raksha is using. And then the third kill, we're going to be doing soul split flicking, which is whenever we are not actively taking damage, meaning that in between auto attacks from Raksha, that's when we're going to be putting soul split back on, because we'll be able to maximize our healing from there. So yeah, let's get into it. So because I'm not going to finish this first kill, I'm not really going to bother with vaulting him. I'm just going to do my normal just setup. So I see when he whips his tail back and throws spikes at me, that's ranged. When he breathes on me, that's magic. And when he does the little headbutt, that's melee. So, okay. I now know those 3 things. That's just what I've seen so far. So this is ranged. This is magic. And this is melee. So we know that now, so we're just going to teleport out. Now, something else I noticed was that the headbutt for melee has the shortest telegraph, meaning we have the least amount of time to respond to it. So that's something we need to keep in mind, where if we're ever unsure of what attack is coming next, we always want to prioritize protect melee because we just have less time to respond. So we'll go back in, and this time we'll match our overheads. And then because it's off screen right now, my overhead prayers are on QWER. This is really comfortable for me because I play MOBAs. It might not be comfortable for you, but that's just what I use. That's what I recommend using. So now we'll start the second kill, where we are going to be trying to match our overhead prayers to the style that Raksha is using based on the animation that Raksha is doing. So this is range, so we'll put ranged on. That's magic. This is ranged again. This is melee. I forgot my Saren Godbo preset, that's why I just ECB'd twice, but that's fine. It's not really the point of this. But you'll notice that the damage I'm taking is dramatically lower just because I'm paying attention to Raksha's auto attacks and making sure that my overhead is matching his auto attacks. So that's magic. Then this is melee. Alright, so we're going to teleport out now. Again, this was mostly just supposed to illustrate that, okay, we can look at the boss and see that each type of attack has a certain telegraph. So what can we do with that information besides just using our overheads? Well, the first thing we can do is we can use soul split whenever we're not actively taking damage. So here I am going to do a third phase 1 where we are just going to go over the timings for when I put soul split on. And then after that, we'll do a full kill where we really show like how using soul split lets you do a lot more powerful things. All right, so this kill, what we're going to do is I'm going to say out loud when I'm switching my protection prayers so that you guys can have a good idea of what the timing is. So let's just go in. So soul split is on at first. Magic. Soul Split as soon as it registers. Melee. Soul Split as soon as it registers. Magic. Soul Split as soon as it registers. Melee. Soul Split as soon as it registers. And then we just Soul Split here the entire time because we're not taking any damage. Magic. Soul Split as soon as it registers. Ranged. Soul Split as soon as it registers. Melee. Soul Split as soon as it registers. So you saw there, I ended phase 1 with the full amount of health, and we were still able to do all the damage that we can just because I was paying attention to his auto attacks. Alright, so now we're going to do a last kill where we're going to use Split Soul basically whenever we can, and whenever our health drops kind of low, we'll just not use Split Soul, or we'll delay our Split Soul a little bit, and you'll see how we get to sit in Split Soul basically the entire kill, like 75+% of the kill, and because we're hitting our Soul Split flicks, we're still able to like sustain ourselves, which is really, really nice. So here, just doing my Soul Split flicks, I have Split Soul on. So here, I'm just going to leave Soul Split on the entire time. I'm going to Split Soul again. I'm just going to tank this hit because I want to make sure I get the most out of my Split Soul damage. And now, once our Split Soul runs out, we're just going to let our health come back a little bit. Okay, so now we'll Split Soul again. And you can see, like, we've had Split Soul on for 80% of the fight at this point, and we really haven't needed to eat or anything crazy there. So now we'll just clear pools like normal. And we're going to have Soul Split on the entire time, at least until Raksha starts throwing auto attacks at us. So because we had Soul Split on the entire time, we were really able to heal up to basically full health off the pools, which is really nice. So now we'll Split Soul again here. Freedom here because we're going to get stunned. And yeah, so Split Soul's been on for like 80% of this fight, and it just hasn't been that big of a deal to us, which is really nice. So now, because of the tail swipe, I don't need to do any Soul Split flicking for a couple seconds. I can just chill. So our health is a little bit lower than I'd like here. So we're not going to put Split Soul on for a little bit. Okay, we're back up to full. So now we'll put it on. Okay, we're only going to collect half the anima because it's not that big of a deal. Okay, we'll Split Soul here. And then we're just going to get ready to do as much damage as we can. And again, all we're doing is focusing on hitting our Soul Split flicks. It's all that we're trying to do here. So obviously we don't have anything to compare this time to, but when I was doing kills before I was recording, I was getting 330s without using Soul Split at all. So and I was also using half of my food. So that kind of goes to show, one, how Soul Split flicking will give you a lot of sustain, And two, whenever you have access to things like split soul, you also get a lot of damage by soul spell flicking. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out and you understand a little bit more about soul spell flicking, why I do it, and why you guys should do it. It is going to take a lot of practice, but once you get it down, you'll start to notice that you're really not using resources like that at pretty much any boss. There are very few bosses where you need to be slamming food once you're good at soul spell flicking. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.